I don't think you really started off like really trying to be a CHH rapper. It just happened that way as you started to transition. So walk us through a little bit of your faith journey and everything that you started to do with music to get you to this level right now.
Yeah, man, it's kind of like what you just said a minute ago when you said, even if it wasn't for Jesus, you know, like there was a point in time when it wasn't, you know. I started off doing secular music at first. I've been into music since I was like 10 years old. I didn't decide I wanted to like actually create music for real until like I was 16 when I first heard Lil Wayne, and I was like, what is this? Like, this dude is saying some crazy stuff. So I wanted to rap like that. And then I just started like creating music that had nothing to do with my life, just fake stuff, talking about money I didn't have, girls and stuff at 16, like all kind of different crazy stuff I was talking about. And I just wanted to come up with like really dope wordplay for people to just be wowed by like my lyrics and whenever I would say things and come up with it in my mind and stuff. And at that time, as I continued to grow, I kind of got around like some of the wrong influences. I started adding profanity in my music because at first it was completely clean. And because I felt like I knew I was young, so I was like, I don't need to be cussing. But like once I kind of like went into that adult stage and I started changing things up, started actually going through things in my life, I switched it up a little bit. And, you know, real life began to hit me, different relationships that I was in, family issues, rejection issues I was having with myself, getting caught up with lust and like different females and just in and out of different situations, just trying to fill some sort of void that is now filled with Jesus Christ. But I didn't know who that was at the time. And, you know, long story short, it led me to a place where the pain of my sin became greater than the pleasure of it. And I decided to go ahead and, you know, just start finding some kind of way to reach God. And the best way I knew how to do that was through my music, just with myself. It wasn't even for other people. I just knew how to like really write, almost like a diary, just like write what I was going through and just speak to the Lord that way, because I didn't realize that I had to have an actual relationship or connection with him. I always just knew the structured way of praying to God. So when I would write my music, it got to a point where the more that I would do that, the more that would go on in my life and I would put into the music. And then it just started getting deep, man. And then at some point, people started listening and they started being affected by it and was like, bruh, like I could relate to this. And like you said, I wasn't really doing it as a Christian rapper or nothing at first. I wasn't trying to teach, lead, or direct people towards God. I didn't even know God like that. I just was making music that people could relate to. And on that journey, you know, he continued to cultivate my mind and my spirit to get closer and closer to him. And as that would happen, I started realizing the way that it was affecting people, bro. And as that happened, yeah, like I started to embrace the title of a Christian rapper. You know, nobody that's coming from a secular side want to be called that. I thought Christian rap was corny and nobody was going to listen to it if I was calling it Christian rap and all that. I was like, man, nah, bro. Like just hearing like, hey, yeah, that's my boy. He a Christian rapper. That's it. Like they not about to, they not about to bump it. So like, I didn't want to do that at first till I understood what the calling on my life was. And when I realized that, that's when I was like, you know what, maybe I could do something that could change the game. And if I don't want people to look at me as a lame artist because I'm a Christian, then maybe I need to change that. You know, if I want to see the difference, I got to be the difference. And I knew that I wasn't trash. I knew that my bars weren't like, you know, like you said. So like, you know, I just had that confidence within myself and I wasn't trying to be arrogant. I just knew that like, man, if I could rap, I could rap. It don't matter what I'm talking about. And maybe I could start something that will allow people to want to make more positive music and start actually creating music that could lead people not only to Christ, but actually incorporate their own life about what their journey as a Christian is. And man, like ever since I started doing that and I took that risk to like switch up everything completely, God has been backing me up, man. Like the following started growing. Everybody started kind of hopping on this wave that I started seeing like in the new rising of CHH. Cause I'm not sure like who the people were before, like the pioneers. I know they were doing things much differently. It was more industry based. Now it's like social media, like people blowing up on TikTok and in so many different ways. And I'm not saying I started that. I just realized that once I started doing it, I started seeing a lot of other people like doing the same thing. And I started trying to bring some unity together, bro. And like we can make a lot of noise if we do it at the same time. And I'm still doing that, bro. Like two and a half years later, bro, I have a much larger platform than I had when I started out. I'm in a much better place with my confidence, just with my spirit, the zeal that I have for the Lord and just standing up for him, being bold about it. And bro, like here we are right now talking to you. You know, you came across me, so look like he's still getting that reach out there.
Yeah, that's real.